Hey Cabernites, this is Jano, and today I'm actually going to play a different game. It's Diablo 3, the Reaper of Souls expansion, and I am planning on reviewing this title pretty soon. But before that, I figured I'd want to do at least one video for it just to kind of introduce you guys to it and one of like the major new features to it. And what I'm going to do in this video is actually the adventure mode, which is basically I just want to show exactly how it works and like what you can do in the adventure mode. When you hop in adventure mode, let me zoom out so you can see all the acts. Here's Act 1, 2, 3, 4, and the new Act 5. And in each act there'll be, when you mouse over, you'll see there's bounties, which are pretty much like quests where you just have to like kill a specific mob or do some event or something. And then two of the acts, each time you hop into adventure mode, will actually have a bonus on it, which means you get double blood shards. And what blood shards are is this currency. Let me see if where's the vendor at? There is a vendor somewhere. I think he's right here. Yeah, this vendor, you can spend your blood shards. As you can see, I have 121. So I can just show you, for example, let's say I want to get a new helmet. You pretty much gamble and you try and buy one and then just get a random helmet. So this one wasn't that great, but basically you just spam it. We'll just spend them all because I don't care. See if we get anything good. Nope. If you're really lucky, you'll get a legendary or maybe even a set piece. But as you can see, I just got a whole bunch of rare helmets and one magic one, which none of these are probably that good. We can quickly just look through, and we're gonna start right into adventure mode. And there might be spoilers in this, so if you don't want to see like different areas of the expansion or anything, I could have done adventure mode in like one of the older acts, but I figured so you could actually see some of the new content, I would hop into Act 1. So to start, we'll head over to West March Heights, where we'll be killing Sumaris the Damned. Hopefully we have some interesting runs here. Maybe I'll actually get some legendaries or other good drops. Right now I don't know if I mentioned, but I am playing a wizard who is doing a lightning build right now, which is mostly because of this weapon I found, which I can show you in a second. I found this weapon, the Fulminator, which has a chance to turn enemies into lightning rods, which will do like random lightning damage to enemies around it, which is kind of cool. I may skip through parts in this because it can take some time sometimes to find exactly what you need to kill. So I find that sometimes you end up exploring the entire map before you locate it. If you do take too long, it actually does like point out exactly where you need to go, which is kind of helpful. We got some champions here, so I'm just gonna go. They got Nightmarish, so they're fearing me. I'm just gonna go Archon, so I can easily take them out. Oh, we got a Molten there, so they explode when they die. Snag my loot. And so far, I've had a very positive experience with this expansion. I feel like it's fixed almost all of like the major issues I personally had with it. I know there's still some players who really enjoyed Diablo 2 and think this has strayed too far from it. But I personally like it myself, and I think there's some elements even in this that do draw from Diablo 2. The new act is definitely a lot more interesting than previous acts in the game. There's a lot of stuff in it that really sets it apart from the other ones. It's quite lengthy as well. Those that were disappointed with the short Act 4 will appreciate seeing just how long this act is. I think a lot of the length, my first playthrough had to do with some of the events in it, but so I'm sure you could rush through it, but if you take your time and just do some exploring and enjoy all the events you see, then it is pretty lengthy. There's a variety of areas too, that's the other good thing about it. Like unlike Act 4, which pretty much comprised of this almost the same tile set throughout the entire act, it seemed. The other thing about adventure mode is that it pretty much removes the story from it, which is very nice. You don't have to deal with cutscenes or other things that get in the way of the gameplay. So while it is fun to play through story mode once, it was kind of frustrating because you had to play through story mode over and over again before the expansion. And now you just can hop into adventure mode and avoid all that if you so choose. There still is an advantage if you want to keep playing story mode, because when you finish story mode you can actually reset all the quests and you'll get all the bonus rewards, EXP, gold, and items that you'd earn from those quests. And also you'll get a guaranteed legendary drop off. It used to be on Diablo. I'm pretty sure it's moved to Malthael now, who is, spoiler alert, but not really spoilers, I'm sure everyone knew that he was the final boss of this expansion. So you know what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to show the entirety of this first quest here, and then for the other ones I'll speed through those, just so you can at least see me finish one quest. As you can see, I have killed enough enemies here now. I had to kill 100, but I still need to find this enemy here, this Sumeris the Damned. I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly. So like right now I'm running a mostly like close range build. As you can see, most of my my primary ability here, this lightning, what's it called? I forget. Arc lightning is pretty close range. It does a lot of damage though, which is what I like about it. My lightning attacks have a chance to stun, so I like the rapid attacks. That helps with the stunning. And I'm also using Wave of Force as a secondary, which I have the lightning effect on it, which makes, when I use it, the enemies take more lightning damage. I think 15% more for like 5 seconds, so it's a nice little damage buff I can keep applying. Yep, we've taken too long, so as you can see it shows me where he is. So I just gotta follow that arrow now. If you notice, this map has lots of these little doors. Those are, usually most of those will have an event in them, which is what I was saying about how there are quite a lot of events in Act 5, which is actually good for earning EXP. Let's go ahead and do Archon again. Alright, so we got our drops there. So now, basically you just go to the map, because I got my rewards for that with some gold and EXP. You can also get blood shards, which I already mentioned, and you also have a chance at this other item, which I'll show you at the end of the video. Alright, so next we're gonna just hop into these other ones. I probably won't be showing you. Maybe I'll just show you the final kills, but I'm probably gonna jump right up to the end of when you would finish the adventure mode. Alright, I'm gonna hop back in here because I actually just found a legendary drop, so I figured let's get rid of him first. So we're gonna grab that. So let's see what that legendary is. Hopefully it's something good. I can't tell exactly what it is from that. I may already have this. Yep, it's just a gold skin. I actually already have one of these. So that's a bummer. Anyway, I'll hop back in if I find any more legendaries. And if not, I'll take you right to the end of this adventure. And I'm actually gonna hop back in here with more footage because I actually found one of the new things they've added to the game, which is a cursed chest. And what a cursed chest is when you click it, it essentially starts a short random event of some kind. And if you successfully complete it, you'll earn the chest and even possibly earn a bonus chest depending on what the event is. So we're going to go ahead and start it. We have to slay the rare elite before the timer ends. So do this. That'll be an easy way to get it before the timer ends. So since we were successful, you get an EXP and a gold bonus, and of course, we get our chest, which didn't have anything that great in it, but that's fine. But yeah, these chests, there's actually cursed shrines as well, which function the same, except you get the shrine at the end. And these events can actually even summon like different bosses from acts. I've had one where I fought Gom before, which was kind of interesting. Alright, so I've finished all my bounties now, so now at this point you head back to town, talk to Tyrael to get your reward. So we talk to him, get our reward. So what we got is some gold, some EXP, and a Herodric cache. And what this is, it's in our inventory here. See, I have a ton of items already, so I'm not going to be able to hold all of them, but you basically just right-click it, and then all this loot will just start flying out of you. Which, if you're lucky, you may get a legendary, which there's actually exclusive Herodric cache legendaries that only drop from Herodric caches you earn on specific acts. But I did get some blood shards there, just one it appeared. We also got some Rift Keystone fragments, which are what are used for the next part of adventure mode, which I'm about to show you. I'm going to clean up my bags really quick, then I'll come back and tell you about what you do with the Rift Keystone fragments. Alright, now I'm going to show you what I do with the Rift Keystone fragments. As long as we have 5 of those Keystone fragments, you can come over to this character here. His name's Auric, and he has this Nephilim obelisk. And just by clicking it, it'll consume 5 of those Keystone fragments, and it will create a Nephilim Rift portal. So, and basically what this is like these randomized dungeons that just basically grab tile sets from any areas of the game, and it grabs enemies from any part of the game, and it just puts it all together in just a randomized dungeon for you. And these dungeons can range from being being as short as 1 floor up to even, I believe, up to 10 floors. And how you complete them is essentially just killing enemies. Like right now I have a 0% here. As I kill enemies, this will keep filling up, and once it fills all the way up, a boss will spawn. And the bosses are actually unique to this Nephilim Rifts in Adventure Mode too. They may be reused from other models in the game, but they actually have their own movesets and unique attacks. Usually they're just different versions of existing bosses in the game. So hopefully we'll have an interesting run here. That'll be more than 1 floor and with multiple tile sets. So you will be going through like a familiar looking and sounding areas, but there are differences to them. Like this might be a darker version of another area in the game, but there's other like completely unique ones I've seen too that seem quite a bit different. So what we have here is a speed pylon. Inside Nephilim Rifts there's special shrines that last shorter with the buff they give you, but it's a like extremely enhanced version. Now, I do have Nemesis bracers which will spawn champions, so I'm going to quickly put those on. Click that and switch it back. So it's a helpful legendary to have with you just so you can fight some extra champion packs. Gotta be ready to switch back to your bracers of choice though. So yeah, see how I'm super fast now? That's what that shrine does, but the buff does not last very long at all. So you gotta quickly make use of it. There's actually some other ones that are very powerful too that make you do a ton of damage. And another one that actually pretty much completely removes cooldowns, which is pretty nice. And makes it so you have infinite resources, essentially. Let's open the stone vault. So as you can see, we're up to 4% now. Champion packs will give you more percentage than just normal enemies. Pool of Reflection, that's another new thing they've added in the patch, like right before the expansion, where you get as long as you don't die, you'll get bonus experience for a certain amount of time. Oh, we have a treasure goblin here. Oh no, he might get away. I didn't realize we pulled him. So one thing, my build is not very good at dealing with treasure goblins, unless I have Archon ready to easily take him out. go. Now we got him. Nothing that great. So let's go back to this channeling pylon. That's the one actually I was just talking about. That essentially removes cooldowns, and you can just also just spam the abilities because you have infinite resources. Just gonna quickly switch to that. So now I can essentially just hold down my wave of force, and it'll never run out as long as this buff is active. I don't believe it works on Archon. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm not going to bother using it. I don't really need to. Now, if you saw, but I just grabbed a diamond too. That's the new gem they added to the game, which is used for giving all resist, I believe. I can mouse over that in a second. So gems do a few different things depending on the piece of equipment you put it on. Okay, diamond. So weapon increases damage against elites, helm reduces cooldown, and then other pieces they all resist, yeah. So we've reached the end of this floor. We're going to head to part 2, which will likely change the tile set, yeah, so it's a bit different now. Sometimes they can even drastically change. We have a shield pylon. This will make me completely impervious to damage. But we'll just use Archon anyway to speed kill up. We have another shrine there. We're getting a lot of shrines. That's just a normal shrine though, so we won't be getting any super buffs. So far, no legendary drops, besides the one I got before I headed into the Nephilim Rift. Let's get rid of this guy. I have a lot of gold in there, whoa. That's a fleeting shrine. So we'll switch to our Nemesis Bracers again, so we can fight another champion. These guys have Arcane enchanted, so it's pretty nasty down there. Can't go in there without taking a ton of damage. Ah, lots of these. There we go. Percentage in this one I notice is going slower. Like sometimes you'll have ones that'll go pretty quick, and then other times they require a lot more kills. And we have a champion down there. They'll probably head up and find me anyway, so we'll clear out all these guys. Oh, we got frozen. We gotta get out of there. See any enemies there? Oh, that is a legendary, but it's actually a more common one. It's a legendary crafting material which is used to make a certain item, the Pender's Purchase. I've actually found tons of those, but I don't have the recipe to make them. So we're headed to part 3, Maddening Paradox 3. So now we're in the sewer tile set. Yep, this isn't good. Let's get out of there. I have a decent amount of life on hit and life regeneration, so I am able to handle a decent amount of damage able to heal myself through some of it. I also have my Crusader friend with me, who actually has a legendary relic which activates all of his skills. So he's got, I think, at least a couple of heals for me, which is very helpful. Get out of there! Oh! Bit of damage there. As he keeps getting stunned by my lightning, which is somewhat helpful. Those golden, like yellowish pearl-like globes, that's another new thing they added, the Nephilim Glory Globes, which, as you can see, gives you that buff there. And you can stack up to 3 times if you find more. So let's see, we're at 42%. Oh, lots of enemies here, so this should give us a decent percentage to get rid of all of them. Maybe not much. Normal enemies don't always give a great percentage. Got a few percents there. Once you kill enough to summon the boss, you are welcome to leave at that point, but some players like to continue to explore, because sometimes there may be an extra floor or two that you missed because you killed enough before you finish the dungeon. Let's go down. Yeah, we need some more champions so we can get some more percentage. There we go. Oh, this guy's flying all over the place. There's actually a few new affixes they've added to the game that you may notice, like that lightning one that just popped up, or that spot on the ground that was shocking me. That's one of the new ones. More champions. Lots of enemies everywhere. Oh, they have Bolton too, so I gotta be careful. Thankfully, illusionist copies do not explode, because that would be very dangerous if they did. I was hoping to get some good legendary drops, or at least one legendary drop during this video, but it may not happen. At least we did get that one legendary, even though it wasn't that great. Oh, speak of the devil. There's a legendary sword. Let's see what that is. Actually, no. No, it's a different. I thought maybe it's just another Fulminator, but it does have a different model, so we'll see what it is. Exarian. Less damage, no socket, so this really isn't that great. I mean, I could enchant it to make it a bit better. The crit damage on it's kind of nice, I guess, but there's no special effect, so... Oh well, it's something. Oh, Treasure Goblin. I just want to make sure I get him, so I'm gonna just go Archon. Take him out. Dead end. Let's see, so we're up to 63%. Whoa, lots of enemies here, I gotta be careful. Okay, this isn't good. Oh, there's a elite here. That's why it's getting challenging. Yep, frozen. If I get him that, it's gonna kill me. Yeah, I'm gonna die here, I think. Maybe. No, help. I'm not in a good situation right now. There's the health globe, that'll help. Oh my gosh, yeah, this is a nasty combo here, just with all these enemies and that frozen. Reviving at your corpse is a new thing they've added to the game, which is helpful. So you don't have to run all the way back. This can only be done a certain amount of times though, and then you'll have to teleport either to a checkpoint or the town. Okay, this is a nasty area. There we go. This should be significantly easier now. Yeah, my percentage is jumping up now with all that. I think I need to turn around and go back up there. Let's see. Oh, might as well break this rat's nest. You never know, there could be something in there. Alright, so we're on 4 now. You can actually encounter some pretty interesting stuff in these Nephilim too. Like one time I encountered a area that had like literally like 10 treasure goblins like running all over the place. Still managed to kill all of them. But I didn't get any legendaries. I thought maybe there would be a pretty decent chance killing that many treasure goblins at once, but didn't get anything. Still pretty cool though. I wish I had footage of that. So I'm thinking we might hit the full percentage in this floor here, because we're getting very close. There's actually the chance that this could be a very short floor. You never know. You might have like a very large floor, and then sometimes it'll just be this like very short one that'll just end like right away. Alright, so we're at 88%. We've got... I thought I saw a champion pack. Maybe not. These bluish enemies are tricking me. Oh, there we go, there's an elite. Actually, it's kind of these guys can be annoying with those little bugs. They do a lot of damage. See, I'm just standing in this, which I actually might have to get out of it. It does do a decent amount of damage. Sometimes I can heal myself through a lot of it though. So we're almost there, 91%. So as I said, the enemies are completely randomized, so even though this might be an area from a certain act, you may like find enemies that were from other acts in it. So it does make it feel pretty fresh. The music, I believe, is also randomized too, which is kind of cool. Just a little touch some people might not realize. Alright, we're almost there. If there's just another guy, this should definitely summon him. I don't really want to use Archon, because I want to save it. Up here he comes. Alright, let's just go ahead and use it now. Alright, so we're fighting Orlash, which I think I've fought this guy before. He'll go away and summon some little shadow creatures. He's very similar to an encounter from Act 4, or at the beginning of Act 4. Which I'm absolutely destroying him with Archon right now. Actually, yep, there he goes. He hasn't had a chance to do it. Usually he does this a lot more, but I'm doing a ton of damage to him. Unfortunately got one of the easier encounters. There are actually some more challenging ones. This is just a pretty easy one. Take him out, you get some loot off of him. Let's see if he got anything interesting. I just grabbed some blood shards there, you probably didn't see it. He also has a chance to drop Forgotten Souls, which have a pretty high chance, and Forgotten Souls are like the new legendary crafting material of the expansion. So doing Nephilim Rifts is a nice way to farm for those if you need them. Because otherwise the only way is from salvaging, and the only guaranteed way is salvaging legendaries, which can take some time for those to get drops on them. Anyway, before we leave this Nephilim Rift, how about we just go ahead and summon some champions. See if we get anything good off of them before we leave. Our inventory is completely full though. Okay, these are some nasty champions because they have electrified and reflect damage, which is very annoying for a close range build like me. Ow, and they have Molten too, so that doesn't help either. Alright, now it should be easier. There's not so many of them. There we go. No loot. I'll just go ahead and drop one of those magic items. Whoops, I picked it right back up. Alright, so now when you're done, I could continue if I want, but we're just going to head back to town so I can show you the conclusion. So you go back here and you pretty much just talk to Oric, the guy who runs the Nephilim Rift stuff. And you get a event complete reward, which is a good sum of EXP and gold. You don't get any Herodric caches or anything from doing those. But it is a nice way to get EXP, and you essentially, now this Nephilim Rift is closing, so once it closes I can actually click another one if I want to do more runs. But anyway, I just wanted to quickly show you just how the bounties work in adventure mode as well as the Nephilim Rift. Anyway, thanks for watching, Cavernites, and I'll see you soon.